As I promised, here are the first flights of Blue. Well, we're going to start off with the first run-up tests that she had. As you can see, we're once again down here at the Lennox building. It's the summer of 2016, and this is the first time I'm going to try and run her up the takeoff speeds. After I dodged that curb and yanked her into the air, she bounced off the ground and twisted her gear. Plus, she broke a blade off the prop, which you can see right here. This was my first hint as to how much of a pain in the butt retractable gear was going to be. Time for the walk of shame. It's now a week or two later. It's around 6:30 in the morning, the gear is fixed, and oh my god, what a complicated landing gear assembly the FMS folks put on their Corsair. The strut's like 5 different parts. Anyway, the goal for this flight is to get her off the ground, see if I can get her trimmed for level flight, and then see if I can land her in a state where she can fly again with nothing more than a battery swap. I gotta tell you, cleaned up slick, she's a 47-mile-an-hour airplane, and after the 22-mile-per-hour Missy, I was not ready for something this fast. As I'm taxiing up, I went to retract the flaps, and I hit the landing gear switch instead. It was after this incident that I moved the switch for flaps to the opposite side of the radio than the switch for gear, so that way I can never make this mistake again. Fortunately, there was no damage, and after a battery swap, I'm ready to go again. You can see in the center that I'm testing out the flight modes: autopilot, return to home, and pilot assist. If you wait for it, in about 90 seconds, it's going to save the airplane. I'm letting your light shine. I'm letting your love work through me. In every moment, breathe in this moment. You came, you made me see the weight I put. The DVR antenna actually received video footage longer than I did in my headset. The last thing that I remember seeing was a flash of sky, a flash of water, then static. That's when I hit the switch for return to home and began to pray. For the first few seconds, I was pretty sure the plane was in the water. I had even started to reduce throttle. However, I started to hear the sound of the motor still going out there in the void. So I applied power. Apparently, unseen by me, she started to climb a bit, and sure enough, within a few seconds, here she comes around the corner, back into view. My knees were shaking so hard, but before I could yield to that, I needed to get her configured to land and lined up with the runway. All I wanted at this point was to get her on the ground so I could fall down and collapse in the loop. So, those were the first couple of flights of Blue. I hope you enjoyed. I'm going to see if I can get a couple more edited and posted real soon. May your batteries always be charged and your skies always be blue. Encrypt out.